So in Manor Lords, there's many ways to get money. But what is the easiest way? How do you get it straight away? Can you make a lot of money straight away? So once you've gone through the basics and you've kind of got your own little village, you've kind of made your own plotments, and you've just basically learnt the basics. What you want to do from there? Now, the perfect thing you're going to need is you're going to need a trading post. This trading post is going to be the best way that you can make money in the game, and pretty much one of the only ways, because the whole point of making money is by trading. Yes, there's other ways, and of course there is, but there is no way better. Now, the best way I found for very, very early game is going to be by trading your main resource, which is going to be planks. Now, obviously with this, you've got the global market, you've got oversupplied, so that potentially is lower, but realistically it doesn't matter, because even then, the amount of planks that you can get is going to be huge. So if you can get yourself into the export price, you've obviously got certain things you can do with trade logistics. So establish a new route, costs a maximum of 25. You've got better deals, so you've got imports, and then I think you've got a foreign supply which is going to be able to give you firewood and bread. Whether you need that, maybe looking back at it you might not. But the big thing with this is how easy it is early on. Now, what is the advantages of money and why do you need it? As you can see, I've got 61 now. I've just spent a lot of money trying to get little bits of farms for chicken coops. They cost you 25 a time, and you obviously know if you start to get a decent sized village, I'm just learning the hard way that you really need to have a lot of supply of food. So money is absolutely massive in this. So what you want to do from like a basic level is by trading. That is going to be the big thing. You've obviously got the certain things you can have. You can no trade, import, export, and full trade, depending on what you want. We're looking at the export for this because realistically, we're trying to build a market that we're doing. So I did start with stone, but since then, I've kind of stopped. So obviously with that, if I wanted to bring one of the 6 people in and put him as a stone cutter, then obviously that will kind of continue the trade going there. You have got the trade routes. I will kind of go with a whole video and just kind of explain them a little bit better, but basically, as it says here, after paying to establish a trade route, a dedicated traveling merchant will regularly visit your region to trade only the specific types of good. So obviously with this, if I have a trade route for a stone, they will come just for the stone. As we can imagine here, we can obviously see we've got a trade route for the planks to make it a regular occurrence. With this then, so as you can see, we're getting 30. We're starting to continue our wealth, which is always nice. So then, obviously, we can use that in multiple areas. If we want to go ahead and get a ploughing station, we need a development branch or livestock. That's going to be another one, which is next to it. You've got the trade of, obviously, oxes. You've got the export and import price that you can go for. But then you can kind of go one step up. So when it comes to the trading side of stuff, as you see here, we've got the kind of more materials more than anything. So if you wanted to do roof tiles, if you wanted to do blocks, the kind of more advanced stuff that you're doing will kind of have a better export. Of course it will. You can then go into crops. If maybe you find that your world straight off the bat is not the greatest for the overlay. So for instance, if I go for fertility, we can see, to be honest, I've not got the greatest, oh, here we go. I've not got the greatest fertility rate, to be honest. So when we look over here, this is going to be perfect for it. We're going to have to go in there, and then that would be the farming place. So instead, if I'm making an absolute shed load in other trading stuff, maybe this one's even better for hunting materials, maybe it's better for stone. Utilize that to your advantage, and then you just import the barley. So obviously you get, again, a trade route. Maybe you kind of bargain with the import price. You've obviously got food as well. I've got eggs here, but I don't know why. Oh no, I've got on no trade. I've got bread and honey just to kind of give me some surplus whilst I was trying to figure out what's the best way to get food. There is a video coming soon once I've kind of tested this theory. You then have different crafting materials. So for instance, if you are doing hides, kind of a good thing as well is clothes. Clothes is going to be a fantastic one if you are doing it. And it's what you want to export rather than import. And as you can see here, the trade routes are going to cost you loads unless you have that second one here with the better deals. So it is going to be important if you are looking to get that, then that will make that a lot cheaper in the long run. So the first kind of thing I would be importing, another 40 coins there, is going to be planks. That's going to be number 1 in kind of the rankings there. Then obviously another great one that you can go for that is very, very easy to do is under, if I can find it, it is going to be yarn. So you can do wool as well, but it will give you half the price. Yarn's going to be a great one because what you can do from that is just have almost an unlimited amount of sheep. That's going to be a brilliant one that you can do later on in the game. You can obviously get yourself a crazy amount of sheep. They do cost a little bit, and it's why definitely enhancing this to start with and then taking the yarn into the next step, and you can just have a crazy amount of sheep. You could then potentially just keep the planks and sheep going at the same time, and you can make yourself a crazy amount. So you can see at the minute it is extremely low. You want to be kind of pausing yourself a little bit better, or positioning yourself in a better position to have multiple things exporting at the same time, so that obviously you are not kind of almost trading yourself out with the amount of stuff. And at the minute, because I've kind of only just got this trading route, that's why we're at a down point, because obviously I think technically we've just sold about 200 planks, so we've kind of flooded the market. It will obviously sustain and it will continue in its own way, but that's kind of the best way to start when it comes to money. It's the easiest way to go with, and then from there you can obviously then look at different armory stuff depending on what your village, what your sort of experience in Manor Lord's going to be. You obviously have got the military stuff, so if you are making bows, helmets, plates, you can kind of trade off any surplus that you've got. And obviously when it comes to the surplus, for instance, say I need 150. I need 150 planks. I type in 150. They will not sell to past 150. Works for the military and all the food. If say I've got 500 bows, but I only need 200. I know that that's a sustainable amount. I'm continually getting more bows in. Then obviously I would set that to 200 and then I would sell off the rest. It's going to be a great way to kind of make the money from the trading. Other ways, like kind of just having your general population, if then you're taxing for your treasury wealth, that again is going to be another great one, because as you can imagine, going into another place, so for instance, if I wanted to make, where is it? It's here, a settlers camp. So if I want to bring it over here, I've got to get 250 of this to be able to make my next one. So then you can obviously kind of have a different kind of place that you can go with, and you can make almost a different village. You could have them all typed in. Where's my village? You could almost have them typed in as two different places. One field place, one stone, one trade, one import, export, and you can make it your own, which is always really cool. But that is going to be the easiest way I've found to make some coins, to make some money in Manor Lords. Let me know, hit it in the comments, any ways that you've managed to do it, because it's all about the game to start with, and I cannot wait for this game to potentially get into the full rework, because I feel like having the extra things unlocked, maybe some extra little bit of contents that we don't know about yet. I don't know if there's any coming. It will be interesting to see. So let me know down below what you think. Make sure you do like and subscribe on this, and if there's any more questions as well, leave them in the comments. I'll kind of try and figure them out and we can get to this. But other than that, make sure you like and subscribe.